Guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. Every once in a while Kelly will go to the dollar store and she'll pick up stuff to come up with new ways to do art on a budget. And because a lot of our dollar stores, they do carry a lot of arts and craft supplies, and she's always coming up with new creative ways to use them. But while she's over looking at the arts and crafts in the dollar stores, I always make a beeline for the books. I don't know if you knew it or not, but the dollar stores, well, Dollar Tree, I know, we have Dollar Tree where we live, and we have a handful of them, but Dollar Tree does sell books, and I can never have too many books. And if you can get them for $1, I mean, you can't beat that. So today I wanted to go through some of my recent acquisitions from the dollar store. Some of these I was kind of surprised to find at the dollar store, but it just goes to show you that you never know what you're going to find, and sometimes you can find a jewel in the rough. So let's see. Some of my most recent dollar store books are Valdez is Coming by Elmore Leonard. And this is a small book, a little paperback book, the kind you used to fit in your back pocket when you were younger, reading out in the woods. But yeah, this one, I'm about a quarter of the way through this one. This is one that I just leave laying around, and whenever I'm in the mood to pick up a book and read, maybe it's not the one that my primary book that I'm reading. I usually keep this as a secondary book. So yeah, I keep it on underneath my bed nightstand, in the little cubby hole there. So if I'm sitting in bed and I need a couple, I'm in the mood to read a couple pages, I pick this one up. So this one it says it is a classic Western tale of corruption, justice, and vengeance. In Valdez is Coming, part-time sheriff Roberto Valdez is forced to gun down an innocent man and is nearly killed and run out of town when he seeks justice for the dead man's family. But the same townsfolk who laughed at Valdez's dark skin, mocked his decency, and tied him to a cross will find themselves on the wrong side of a gun when the lawman comes back to deliver his own brand of justice. That's my kind of book. I really like those revenge books, or even movies. I really like the revenge movies when they're made well. And this one is, like I said, I'm about a third way through this one, and it's really a really good one. So, like I said, for $1, you can't beat it. And it's Elmore Leonard. I mean, there aren't many writers better than Elmore Leonard. All right, so the next one I got here is called The Deadlands by Stephen Percy. Benjamin. Why am I thinking Stephen Percy? I'm thinking of the guy from Rat. But no, Benjamin Percy, The Deadlands. And Stephen King liked it. He says, "Good God, what a tale. Don't miss it." And for $1, I'm not going to miss it. So this one is, it's a post-apocalyptic thriller, reimagining of the Lewis and Clark saga. A superflu and nuclear fallout have made a husk of the world we know. Well, that's not too far off from reality, isn't it? It says 150 years ago, when the world began to fall apart, when the flu mutated and millions began to die, downtown St. Louis was fortified. There was no time for committees, for debate, for a show of hands. There was no time to collect toothbrushes, rifles, photo albums, to call upon family members to join those inside. The few had to make the immediate decision to live or die. The flu was airborne, and it was coming. So a wall was built and has remained ever since. St. Louis, now called the Sanctuary, is a shielded community that owes its survival to its militant defense and fear-mongering leaders. Then a rider comes from a wasteland beyond its walls. She reports on the outside world. West of the Cascades, rain falls, crops grow, civilization thrives. But there is danger, too, the rising power of an army that pillages and enslaves every community they happen upon. Against the wishes of the Sanctuary, a small group sets out in secrecy on an epic quest across America's blasted heartland, determined to secure a better life. Led by Lewis Meriwether and Mina Clark, they hope to expand their infant nation and to reunite the states, but the Sanctuary will not allow them to escape without a fight. So that sounds very interesting and almost, I got eyelash in my eye, almost prophetic in a way with everything that's going on in the world we have today. So we'll see what happens. This is definitely on my to-read list. Now this next one is I picked it up. It is Meet Me in Atlantis by Mark Adams, the New York Times bestselling author of Turn Right at Machu Picchu. Meet me in Atlantis, across 3 continents in search of the legendary sunken city. So, this is... Meet Me in Atlantis is Adams's enthralling account of his quest to solve one of history's greatest mysteries, a travelogue that takes readers to fascinating locations, to meet irresistible characters, and a deep, often humorous look at the human longing to rediscover a lost world. And so this is, I guess it's a nonfiction book. So, anything to do with Atlantis, stuff like that. I'm always interested in mysteries and stuff like that, and maybe things that may have existed and may not have existed. Who knows? But for $1, I'm willing to give it a shot. So, yeah. Definitely looks interesting to me. This one I picked up because I liked the cover. Tool of War by Paolo Bacigalupi. Paolo I guess it's Bacigalupi. New York Times bestselling and award-winning author of Shipbreaker and the Drowned Cities. So the Tool of War is half man, half beast, and capable of so much more than his creators ever dreamed, even if it means destroying them. In a dark future, swamped by rising seas, depleted resources, and endless civil war, the price for survival is brutally high. The wealthiest powers buy and breed self-protection by creating bioengineered augments, which are half men, half beasts, designed solely for combat and blind obedience. But then an anomaly breaks free. The legendary half-man known as Tool has found a way to resist the genetically controlled impulses that has gone rogue from his masters, emerging as the victorious leader of a pack of human soldier boys. But he is hunted relentlessly by someone who knows the darkest secrets of Tool's past. Soon, Tool must make the inevitable bloody choice for whom to serve, his gods, his pack, or himself. The Los Angeles Times says Bacigalupi is one of the genre's masters. And so, this was a 2017 book. So it definitely looks like it's probably an action-packed book, full of half men, half beasts. So that's right up my alley. The next one here is a hardback. They do sell hardbacks too, and this one is called Ball Lightning by Cixin Liu. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but Cixin Liu, the author of The Three-Body Problem, which I know is a very popular book. It's a best-selling book. So this one was there, and let's see what this one is about. It says, when Chen's parents are incinerated before her eyes by a blast of ball lightning, he devotes his life to cracking the secret of this mysterious natural phenomenon. His search takes him to stormy mountaintops, an experimental military weapons lab, and an old Soviet science station. The more he learns, the more he comes to realize that ball lightning is just the tip of an entirely new frontier. While Chen's quest for answers gives purpose to his lonely life, it also pits him against soldiers and scientists with motives of their own. A beautiful army major with an obsession for dangerous weaponry, and a physicist who has no place for ethical considerations in his single-minded pursuit of knowledge. Ball Lightning by award-winning Chinese science fiction author Cixin Liu is a fast-paced story that happens when the beauty of scientific inquiry runs up against the drive to harness new discoveries with no consideration for their possible consequences. Oh, well, that definitely sounds. That sounds like it's a hard science fiction, which is fine with me. I love science fiction, so that's $1 by the author of Three Body Problem, which Barack Obama called wildly imaginative. The next one we have is called The Man in the Tree by Sage Walker. Another science fiction book that Greg Bear calls rapid-fire storytelling from start to finish. So let's see what this one's about. It says compelling characters and breathless plots by James S.A. Corey, who wrote the Expanse series. So this one says, our last hope of survival lies in space, but will one death doom us? Aboard the siege ship Kybele, incident analyst Helt Borison is the closest thing that the organization has to a security officer. But he doesn't think that it'll be a big part of his job, as all the candidates have been carefully screened. Everything is set for a successful launch, and then someone is found hanging. Fear and paranoia spread as the death begins to look more and more like a murder. And Helt is the only one who can prevent a murderer from sabotaging the entire mission. So that definitely sounds interesting. So Sage Walker is a Locus Award-winning author. And, so this definitely sounds like it's a murder mystery in space, which I am certainly down for. Michael Cassett calls it a smart, compelling novel. So, definitely interested in that one. And last but not least, and maybe the one that I'm most excited to read, is The Walking Dead, Typhoon by Wesley Chu. Wesley Chu, I have a couple of his other books that are on my to-read list that I know that he is a very good author. And so when I saw this one at the dollar store for $1, a Walking Dead hardback book for $1, and one that sounds very interesting, I had to pick it up. I mean, even the cover art's beautiful. So this one says, in this white-knuckle, high-stakes thriller set in the expansive world of Robert Kirkman's The Walking Dead series, 3 different people in China, a rural farmer, an urban military veteran, and an American student, are caught in a typhoon of undead as chaos sweeps over the most populous country in Asia. Now this one, Stephen Graham Jones, he said, after the dead start walking, the living have to hold on to each other and run and keep running. Typhoon knows this and never stops. There are teeth around every corner and in every shadow. And this is The Walking Dead after all. Not everyone lives. You won't want this novel to end. And Jonathan Mayberry, another one of my favorite authors, he reviewed it with Robert Kirkman's The Walking Dead Typhoon. Wesley Chu takes a big damn bite out of the zombie genre. It's gory and action-packed, but built around a core of characters you genuinely care about. 2 decaying thumbs up. Well, I'm very excited to read this one. Yeah, definitely. I haven't watched The Walking Dead in quite a while. Kelly and I were talking about getting back into it. I think we're like maybe 2 or 3 seasons behind. But I did see the trailer for this coming season, and it did look pretty good. So we may pick that back up again. I don't know. Maybe, there's so much to watch on Netflix and stuff like that. And the Walking Dead series for me, it was starting to get a little bit tiring. But maybe I need to pick it back up again. I don't know, but maybe I will, especially after reading this book. Maybe it'll get me back into it. So, if you'd like to go to your local dollar store and you've picked up some treasures below, let me know in the comments down below what books you found. And, if you like this kind of content, please like the video down below and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to follow me, my book reading journey, I do have an Instagram. I just started one, as a matter of fact, because Emily, our daughter, she had one and she's having a lot of fun with it. So I decided to start one for myself, which sort of tracks what I'm reading and show, my book life, hashtag book life, I guess they say, the kids. But my channel is Dave_reads. And so if you want to follow me there on Instagram, you can do that. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time with something new. Thanks. Bye.